This episode is called 1961 Heroes. Angela is taking everyone back to what happened in Coyote Sand in 1961 when they gathered everyone up that was special like them. And her sister Alice was with her, and she has control over the weather. And she wakes from a nightmare and tells the others about the elder Sharish and what his plans were to experiment on, these people in this camp, and they're all being held by armed guards in this camp. And then she wakes from a dream, and there's a sandstorm, and she tells her sister she's going out with the others, that are like her, the character that the black guy, Bennett, the other major characters from the beginning, from the first company. And she tells her sister to stay there and not to worry about anything. And she'll be back to where she didn't think about it. And a young Sharish is talking to Angela about the dreams she knows everything about. She's talking to Sharish, the first Sharish, not Molander, that she had a dream and that she knows about everyone getting killed. And then Claire and Angela, they're talking about Alice, Angela's sister. And all of a sudden there's a sandstorm, and Angela runs outside, and then Claire runs outside and brings Angela back inside, because Angela's yelling at her sister and that she must be alive. And Molander is talking to Bennett and Peter about the past and who he and his father were in this whole cycle of things. That they were both really the same kind of people experimenting on powers. And Claire finds Alice in Wonderland book and talks to Nathan and Bennett about what she wanted to actually be when she was growing up. And they go back to 1961. Angela is waking from a dream, and she sees Alice in the dream, and then there is the real Alice. And Angela tells Alice that she had told her a lie that night, that she really didn't tell her in her dream, but she says she'd stayed there the 50 years because Angela told her to stay there the 50 years. And she gets a little annoyed, and up comes a lightning storm and starts blowing everybody away and everything, because Nathan, Peter, and all those people have walked in. And Angela talks her down, says, this is your family. But Alice runs off out of this bomb shelter sort of place, not to be seen again. And she tells Angela that after she had left that night, Sharish, the father Sharish, had her brought to his place and was going to give her a needle experiment on her. And she started the original sandstorm, and that started the original slaughter and had everyone killed that night. And that's when she took to hiding in this bomb shelter, and she had been there that whole time. Peter walks up to Sharish with a film case and says, "This should, Melander, and says this should tell us more about what your father was like," and to ask him to come along with them. They're all going to leave, and then they end up going back to this Coyote Sands Cafe where the original group had gathered. But now it was the family group: Claire, Bennett, Nathan, Peter, Angela, and they talk about how it's not going to be a company, it's going to be a family, and the family's the most important thing. And then it ends up with the news coming on, and well, first Nathan said, "I'm going to go back to Washington and straighten things out," but then the news comes on. There's Nathan giving a speech in Washington, and they realize it's actually Siler giving a speech in Washington, and that ends up the show for the night. So there's 2 more episodes in this season's, one more episode and then this season's finale episode, which should be pretty interesting. Kind of tells us there's going to be another season, because, I mean, they can't save the world and everything in the next 2 episodes, 2 one-hour episodes. But I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. And I will thank you all for your participation, and catch you back on Tuesday. Good night.